Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? I have just spent the past 1 or 2 hours trying to redesign our clean room. It looks amazing, I know. I have made these multi-blocks, one of them is a laser engraver, the other one is a cutting machine, because what we want to do today is to try and get into the LuV Age by making the nanoprocessor mainframe. So as you guys know, this is GregTech and there's always a rabbit hole and well, you have to start somewhere. So I thought we start with the CPU wafer. We never auto-crafted this, I just made it in bulk, but it has to be done inside a laser engraver within the clean room. So hence we have this giant monstrosity. So first off, it does require some of this silicon, and well, I do have it on auto-crafting. That stupid silicon has to be cut, hence we also have a cutting machine inside the clean room. So let's see if we can actually cut it. It takes 10 seconds. But we get 1 stack of wafers. Then it has to be engraved and it does require a diamond lens. So I believe we can put the diamond lens inside this input bus for the laser engraver and then, you know, just engrave it. It's a good ratio, it gives you 8. So let's see if we can order 64 of them as well. The engraver should work. 12 ticks. Holy, we're doing an amazing job. I know, so that part is done. I am really trying my best not to get distracted, but I have so many issues. For example, you might notice that this is my entire supply of energy hatches. Well, at least for the IV Age, I do have a few EV ones. And I was just checking the next tier of energy hatches, and well, it does require the assembly line. That's amazing. Anyways, let us not get distracted. So we do need to have an autoclave because we need to start making some raw carbon fibers, and yes, it does require polybenzimidazole. The problem is that I'm running out of space, so I can't really place it here. You know, it has to be on this line and, well, behind them we have the freezers. So I thought maybe instead we just put them here. I can fit a few machines, that's not bad. Yeah, it does seem to work. Let's order some. Can you make me like 64? It's decently fast. Now that we have the carbon fiber, we need to make the nano CPU wafer. Which that unfortunately has to be done in a clean room. It's a chemical reactor recipe, so we're going to use the chemical reactor that we used to have at our old base. I just disassembled it. So this part of the system is done and we can actually start crafting some of the circuits. And actually, we can get the mainframe today, I think. The only problem is that I don't have the epoxy printed circuit board. If you guys remember, we already have made some epoxy sheets. We have 110 ingots, which is not that bad. But if I am not wrong, we also have some of the byproducts left. Yeah, we have 500 buckets of U and 250 buckets of U. So we can have a bit more epoxy. Actually, we can have a lot of epoxy. Holy. Okay, but first things first, let me try to do some automations for the circuit board and then I'll be right back. A bit of time later and we do have a semi-fancy setup. We're making iron 3 chloride, we're also making the actual circuit board and we're converting it into the epoxy printed circuit board with 3 chemical reactors. So if I order 1 stack of them, everything should work. Yep, hopefully. Yes. We're getting it. So I guess now we have to start making the actual circuits. The HV one we can already make, it's easy peasy. The EV one we can also make, we just need to automate the RAM chip. It's already automated, I need to automate it again. For the IV tier one, we need the NOR memory chip. Don't be something stupid. You're not something stupid. And I guess for the final one, we don't really need anything else. Okay. Also, is there any merit of getting soldering alloy? No, next year is also with liquid tin. For UV, it's going to be a different process, but we don't really care. It has been a while later, and I think I did manage to automate everything that we need in order to start making circuits. And yes, I realized 1 circuit assembler is not enough. We need 3 more, which is actually going to be fine, don't you worry. But first things first, this is going to be our first circuit, the nanoprocessor. I am not going to use soldering alloy at this very moment, we're just going to use tin, so the advanced extractor that we have over here is going to be enough. This is MV. This is also MV. What was the MV cable? Copper? Yeah, I think it was copper. Didn't blow up. Good. We shall entangle you to one of these entangled blocks, meaning that it's going to get the liquid tin. And these are EV circuit assemblers, so we're going to use aluminium cables and 1 EV converter. 4 amps. So now if I order a nanoprocessor, can you make it for me? What? Might have missed a few things. How did I miss that thing? Actually, the main question is, what the hell is that thing? I guess it's used in one of the advanced SMD stuff, and I forgot a pattern for that. Was it this one? Probably. For some reason, you already know how to make the wires for that, which is fine. So now that you have the pattern, can you make it? Please. Please. This is a bit intense. Maybe we should come up here and check. Oh, there is a bit of a problem. Yeah, you need to update the blast furnaces from time to time. They stop working for some reason. Another question is, in order to make like one wire, why are you making me 64 ingots? And why are you done? Life is weird. Oh, it's not gonna extract, because I did not set up an extraction? Yes, finally. Nanoprocessor. Ladies and gentlemen, for you in about like 2 minutes, we shall be in the LuV age. For me, I still have to set up patterns. I keep forgetting that I have auto crafting, so no. This didn't take that long. I never had auto crafting with GregTech, so yeah. Here are the extra machines for the extra circuits. I have already made the patterns for them. We just have to make sure that they accept everything from their output too. And let me see if I can actually make a nanoprocessor mainframe. I can. Why can I do that? Well, this one is going to make the HV circuit, then this guy is not going to do anything because I forgot entanglement. You're entangled to you, you're entangled to you, and you to you. Oh, you don't have power. Did I not connect you? Okay, that was my bad. Now it has to fill in every single buffer. That was my mistake, I'm sorry. But yeah. This is going to be the EV circuit. Now you should start the other one. The IV circuit is not being crafted, and that could have one meaning. You know, I'm still making the stupid coils, so maybe everything just went in here? Yeah? I don't know what's the hiccup. The worst part is, nobody's doing anything. I think I figured out what was wrong. You have to put all of these input buses on distinct buses. Otherwise, it's going to give you a different wafer. That was my boo-boo, again. So now if I order you one more time, well, at least we can hear the machines working. You're making the IV circuit. Amazing. And now you're making me the actual mainframe. LuV. Okay. Everything works. Come on. Come on. Yes, we have it. This was very expensive. But from here onwards, I realize it's actually not that horrifying. Every other circuit basically uses the same stuff. So crafting one is kind of garbage. Can we have 15? Because anybody can make one. I hear machines. That's a good sign. And everybody's working. That's a far better sign. I think we're good. It's just that we're out of epoxy. Also, now that we have this, what can we do? I think we can make the parallel hatch. Elite parallel hatch allows to run up to 4 recipes in parallel. IV emitter, IV sensor, we have the quantum star, we're good. You know, I can use it on the macerator, the electrolyzer, and the centrifuge. That's one of the good things that we can do. So for the epoxy, I don't really have a good solution at this very moment, but we'll find one. But we do have some products left, let's use them. And some sodium hydroxide. It's being consumed, and I'm guessing we're getting epoxy. It's just that I don't know where we're getting it. Ah, yes. So I'm gonna void the salt water. We're just gonna get the epoxy. That's not much. Oh, we're out of sodium. So 251 buckets is actually a lot because each ingot or each plate actually consumes like 144 millibuckets. So if I feed it to my fluid solidifier over here, that's gonna be a lot. I think. Yeah, we haven't even dented the pipe. And I already have 300. Well, 400. We're doing good. I think that actually should give me a few thousand. No machine found. Boy. So I did move some of the stuff, especially from thermal expansion to over here. And maybe I did not configure the machines. Yes, exactly. Input from the bottom. And you input from the top. Yes, I know. I basically had to redo my entire base. So yeah, boo-boos happen. A very stupid decision that I have made is that I'm not really going to automate epoxy at this very moment. I'm just using the remaining material that we have, and I'm going to make as much as I can. Because the last harvest gave me 1.7 thousand. This one is going to be way better. We will do that later on because eventually I have to expand this base or maybe make a new base. But yeah, it's a very stupid decision. I just wanted you to know. Honestly, this didn't take that long. We have 700 buckets and 2000 more buckets. That should be a lot. I don't care how much. But now that we have our nanoprocessor mainframe, 16 of them, let me try to figure out what we should do next. Also, can I have like 64 of them? Thank you. So I have been thinking on what we should do next, and well, there are a few candidates. It's always a good idea to get the better energy hatches because machines are going to work way faster. The LuV energy hatch unfortunately requires the assembly line and it's very expensive. So in the past we made a bit of radon, I'm still making a bit more. We have 16 buckets, which is not much, but it takes almost a minute to make one bucket. And also in order to make that stupid assembly line, we're going to need something else. There is an alloy which is a mixture of iridium and ruthenium. So how do we get that? Well, we do have the ruthenium tetroxide, which we got it as a byproduct of rhodium. We did it a few episodes ago. We can use this. You just put it inside the chemical reactor. We do get our ruthenium, and we also get carbon dioxide, which I don't really need, and I think I have a trash can, maybe not. This is why you should never clean up, because then you can't find the things that you want. But yeah, ruthenium. I have already set up all the patterns for it, we just needed the dust. I have to do a semi-long session of AFKing and well, I did manage to get 40 quantum stars and half a stack of quantum eyes from the radon that we had. We might have a few in the system, but I'm not exactly sure how much. I'm still making more quantum stars, and I'm still making more radons. And considering the fact that for each 2 assembly line casings we're going to need 4 EV circuits, I guess we should order like, I don't know, 96 of them? I don't know. Let's make it 100. I'm just curious how much resources is it going to use. It's mainly chemicals. Well, we don't have a choice. Let's make it. Unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing I can do except being AFA. Because this has to be finished, all of these have to be finished, and yeah. There's a lot of things to be done. And maybe some of this stupid new gear that we had to make. You know, the ruthenium and iridium one. Everything shall take ages. Well, it did take some time in order to get 2 assembly lines, but I'll be very honest with you, it didn't take that long. And yes, to start with, we're going to have 2 of them. It's a 5x3x4. So we can just place them here. Also, I'm not really sure how many of them we need, but I'm assuming having 4 of them in total is going to be more than enough. You know, until the end of the game. We're starting with 2. Also, the FPS here is garbage. I think it's because of the reactors. Well, I have been checking. It seems the diameter of these reactors that we have over here is exactly the same as the ones that we have from GregTech. So maybe I should remove these ones and later on we will have fusion reactors? If they don't get bigger. Doesn't seem they get bigger. Except for this one, which looks amazing. Yeah, let's remove the reactors. I had no idea that a mechanism reactor causes this much FPS drop, because now that they're gone, it's actually quite good. Anyways, I absolutely have no idea how you would assemble an assembling machine, but let us give it a test. Okay. A few points. I felt really stupid, which honestly speaking, that's not very new. Secondly, it's been an hour later. I had to watch Mr. Tree who has been folded, I had to watch Carex, I had to watch every single person who was making an assembly line and well, I couldn't work it out. Thirdly, I'm very irritated. Stop spawning here. I have killed 371 of them. Normally I would buy from them, but my brain was not functioning. Anyways, unfortunately none of the videos that I was watching was explaining how to assemble this thing. Everybody was just trying to automate them. And I think Mr. Threefold should work a teeny tiny bit more on his tags. Because you would expect that he's going to be the only person who is going to show up in the search results. Apart from like 2 very old videos, I had to actually go to his channel and look. Unless he's like me and he just copies and pastes the tags. And he doesn't care. I do that, it's not very good. Anywho, let me try to explain to you what I understood from this guy and how does it going to work. So first off, you might notice that this is longer than 5 blocks. And that is very true. The standard version is 5 blocks. But you can go way bigger. And I guess that is dependent on the recipe that you want to craft. So the controller always has to be here. The gratings have to be on either side. Power can only be supplied from the top. Well, you can see the laminated glass, the assembly control casings, and the other row of laminated glass. And since this is called an assembly line, you need a huge row of input buses on the bottom. So you input the items that you want in order, and the output will be here. And input hatches can only be on the bottom corners. Not the corners, the sides. So that's how you would make it. How is it gonna work? I don't really know. I'm assuming depending on the number of items that you need in order to craft something, you're going to need input buses. So the UHV energy hatch, for example, is going to need 5 ingredients. Therefore, we need 5 input buses, which are going to be at the bottom. Something like an energy module, which I don't know what it does, requires 13 items. So yeah. It has to be quite long. Longer than this. This is 9 blocks. I didn't have more material. So automating this is not going to be easy and we can't do it with a crafter. We have to use a chest and some filtering. And we have to make sure that the tanks are going to be empty, I guess. The longest recipe that we have is 13. So I have to make a bigger one, I think. And it will fit within one chunk. Amazing. And since that is the maximum size that we need and well, we need 2 of them. I have already ordered the grating. Now we need the thing. I already forgot the name. Assembly line casing. So we need a total of 26. I have 11 on me. 9 is already installed inside that machine. We need 6 more. It should take a few minutes for it to be crafted. We need circuits. And the backlog of nanoprocessors that I have is the mainframe, not the supercomputer. Okay, I'm a bit scared. Things got serious. I'll be right back. So I'm just thinking out loud here, but if you have any inputs, I'll be happy to hear them, because this is the extent of my GregTech knowledge. I mean, from now on, I don't really know what to do. So the thing is, I have removed the mechanism reactors, and apparently we're going to have a row of fusion reactors from GregTech, correct? This is exactly one chunk, and each reactor is, I think, 15 blocks wide, so it should fit. This is the central block. We will have 8 blocks gap. and this is going to be the chunk boundary. So the reactors will end up here, and if I have the assembly line over here, I think they're going to touch each other. I'm not exactly sure if that is a good thing or not, and I'm not really sure how many fusion reactors we're going to need, so I thought maybe we're going to assemble the assembly lines over here. This is 14 blocks, so the max size can fit, and since we don't really want to cross chunk boundaries, I guess we can have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can have 2 assembly lines in one chunk. How would we automate them? I don't know. Let's assemble them first. One stupid problem at a time. Well, it has been a while and I have good news. First off, we have 416 more Nakoda coil blocks. It literally just finished half an hour ago. Secondly, I think both of the assembly lines are done. We're not really going to automate it today, but we really want to try it at least. So this is IV, that is IV. You're also IV. Very important to check before you blow up half your base. Okay, we seem to have power. Anyways, while waiting for resources, I did not actually waste my time. We have some soldering alloy. I finally made it. And I have also made some sodium potassium. We take just 64 buckets. Oh, we can take more? We don't need more. What we want to try and make is going to be the LuV energy hatch. I have already set patterns for literally everything except the actual LuV hatch. So let us try to get 8 of them. You know, we try to get 8 hatches. And I don't know why I ordered the casing. You know, at this point we might as well just order 10. So here's the cable. Here are 2 more hulls. Then we need the HPIC chip. Oh, we need... Okay, yeah, we need 40 cables. 20 chips, which for some reason we have 21 of them, 10 nanoprocessor mainframes, and 20 coils. I also put that one on auto crafting, we even have 2 of them. Let's order 18 more. And yeah, I'm running into problems because that requires something called samarium, which you get it from rare earth, and well, I don't have an automation. However, let us try to use the assembly line. We have to set in the patterns from the controller to the end. That is my assumption, I have no idea. So, LuV machine hall, the cable, the chip, the nanoprocessor, and the coil. You also need some soldering alloy and some sodium and potassium. It worked! It's doing something. An amazing day. It takes 20 seconds. Why? Okay, it does take 20 seconds. So automating this with something like XNet is going to be super easy. It's just that I don't really know what to do about the fluids. But ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not wrong, LuV energy hatch. The first one. I think the only thing remaining is the coils. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. That one. So the coil goes after the circuit. We should start working. Good. The coils are being made in that one. It takes 10 seconds. This should be the last one. Yes. We have LuV energy hatches. So we can run some of the multi-blocks at ZPM. Don't tell anyone, but I don't really know what comes after LuV. ZPM. Then for UV, you need Darmstadtium. How? Oh, it needs a fusion reactor. Holy. My world is getting corrupted. See you in a bit. No, I'm joking. Do you give me Darmstadtium? I can't do anything with it. Okay. I don't really know what kind of machines I want to upgrade at this very moment, but let us get a few 4-amp converters. Well, let's get 5. They're expensive. Very expensive. I just realized there are absolutely no multi-blocks or machines that I want to run very fast, except one thing. Well, 5 things. These things that you see in front of you. Blast furnaces, and the vacuum freezers. So yeah, we are going to upgrade all of them. The problem is the cable. It has almost made half of that, but you have no idea how expensive this was. It's niobium titanium wire. I think you could have also gone with osmium wires. Yeah, that's also LuV. And it's like way cheaper. I used the niobium titanium because you make the converters out of it. I thought I already have a pattern. I was stupid. That was really stupid. It was like 600 ingots. For 1 stack of these cables, obviously. Anywho, that's not very important. We have super coils. Let us start upgrading our blast furnaces. And they're going to look amazing. I like grey. Don't know why. Oh, that was really stupid. I don't even have that much niobium dust. One stupid problem at a time. How would you get niobium? Oh my goodness, it's a byproduct of tantalite. I think I have to fix our mining situation very soon. We don't care. I just changed the cables. And the energy hatches. Definitely. I don't know what it's doing, but yeah, niobium titanium is being processed at every 6 ticks. Everything that you see over here works at ZPM. I distinctly remember that Nakoda used to take 5 seconds. Now it takes 1 second. Holy, but it takes 2 seconds to cool down. Okay. That's a bit stupid, but fine. But one more thing that I think we should really start adding to our base is this, the Elite Parallel Control Hatch. For the moment, we're just going to add it to our ore processing, so let's get 3 of them. And this is also the problem with GregTech. It gets so confusing that if you make a mess somewhere, you can never find it. Thankfully, it seems I have not made a mess. I just had a thought. So yeah, for the maceration tower or macerator at our ore processing, I don't really need to upgrade it. A parallel control hatch is going to do more than enough. We're talking about the control hatch. Yep, they're ready. We put one here. How do you work? Oh, you have to specify. Well, do 2 at the same time? But here's the deal, you might notice that the maceration tower is working at IV. Whenever you're processing ores in GregTech, if you put them inside a macerator, there's always a chance of getting a byproduct, correct? For example, bastnasite is going to give us neodymium. There is a 14% chance, but any tier higher than ULV, which is ultra low voltage, gives you an additional 8.5%. So we can increase the chances of byproducts by 19% if we upgrade it to ZPM. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7. So there's going to be like a 75% chance of getting it. It's good for very rare metals. Yeah, long story short, we're going to have more LuV hatches. I am making 10 more, but we're not going to use all of them, obviously. And I don't really want to wait here for like 10 minutes. Dimensional chest will do. The washer is EV, so the converter is still EV, 2 LuV hatches and LuV cables. That's not the LuV cable, but wires are just gonna burn. That was not a big deal. So now the macerator is also working at ZPM, I suppose. Why is it that you don't have anything to do? There should be ores. You need an update? I think my macerator died. We turn you on and off? No. Oh, you don't have power. Oh, you're facing the incorrect way. My bad. Now it should work. I can actually hear it. I don't know, we put you to 4 recipes at the same time. Who cares? But look how fast it's working. Holy. And I'm guessing we're getting way more byproducts. That's good. I'm extremely happy with the amount of progress that we have done today, and I'll be honest, I was not expecting that. But I have 2 issues that I really need to address, and I really need to address them very soon. One of them is ore processing. So you guys remember the cable issue, right? There's something else called samarium. You need it in order to make a few things in the LuV Age. How would you get samarium? Well, you get it from rare earth. Currently, we're just getting it by chance, but if you look at this ore processing diagram, you might notice that we also get it from redstone. And I'm fortuning redstone. And there are so many other things that I have to fix. Because currently, we're just macerating, electrolyzing, and centrifuging. Another very important issue is that, yes, I need to optimize ore processing, but I also need more ores. We're not generating ores fast enough. We just have like 6 miners and 2 garbage drills. So either I have to put another quarry inside the mining dimension, which is not really great if you load dimensions that much. It's very laggy. Hello, Nikodos. You should come with me to the new base. Anyways, I either have to put another quarry inside the mining dimension or make this elite large miner. I don't even know if there's a better miner. These covers are useful. Anyways, long story short, I have to come up with a solution by next episode. And I think it's also a good time to wrap up this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.